Now, coming up next, remember the same rules applies to the second person up to the 13th. Kokote app, that's the second picture of the day. Karibu.
Good afternoon. I'm Ngw'inula Kingamkono, and I'm the co-founder at Thinkers Technologies. Today, I want to talk about transforming how people pick their homes. And I want to talk about this because it is very, very stressful right now to find a home or an office for rent in Dar es Salaam, in Tanzania, East Africa, and Africa in general, because there's not enough information and it's very expensive. Furthermore, the agents are not really reliable. You cannot rely on these guys. And finding houses takes quite a long time. And this is why we developed and built Kokote application. So before I get into the application, I'd like to show you the oversight about the market right now. Dar es Salaam is valued at $12 billion US, and that is by World Bank. And I took a screenshot from the East African. 80% of these transactions goes undocumented. And Tanzania is ready, it's ripe. We're looking for this. If you go online and read about Tanzania and Dar es Salaam right now, there's growth in terms of mobile users, growth in terms of number of people, and we are soon to become a mega city, and that is Dar es Salaam. So we came with an idea of developing a very light mobile application. Our application measures up to 3 megabytes because we care about the space in your mobile device. And then we developed 3 solutions. So we have Kokote app for tenants, and then we have Kokote Wakala. This is for people who actually want to advertise. And then we have Kokote dashboard for our administrators to filter and verify the houses or homes that are being published on our platform to ensure quality, to ensure safety, and also to ensure reliability. So, it's very easy. You go on Play Store. We are now available on Android. You download our application. You decide if you either want to view or post a listing, and then you contact directly. And this is where we'll use M-Pesa or Tigo Pesa APIs for people to actually pay. And that's the screen overview of Kokote. As you can see, we made it very beautiful. We tested user experience with a number of people, including agents and people in Dar es Salaam. We talked to a lot of people regarding this. And this is our competition. As you can see, we positioned ourselves in terms of affordability and availability online as compared to our competitors. But then we don't look at this as competition only. We also look on how we can partner with these people, including NHC or other real estate agents, so that we can work together. The question is why Kokote? I've told you about the affordability. I've told you about its easiness to use, its safety, and everything. But a very interesting thing happened. We launched as a beta release a few months ago, 1 month to be exact, actually. And yesterday we confirmed the $70,000 US investment for Kokote application, which is a great milestone, and we launched yesterday. So far, we have 98 beta testers. 33 houses have been posted on our platform. And today, I'm so excited and anxious to see how many people download our application. So don't just clap, go online and download our app. And this is our target market. We're looking at mass market. These tend to be people who move at least 3 times in a year. And also, we have middle and up market. They tend to move 1 to 2 times in a year. And then we have corporate market that move at least 2 or 3 years. We are targeting 500 paying users in Dar es Salaam by the end of 2018. Our cost of acquisition is $0.18 US, and therefore we will spend $90,000 to acquire these users. And these are our numbers. Tenants will pay for subscription fee. We are going to charge $1 a month for this, and we are looking at 800,000 in return, and for the agents, we're targeting $1 million. So that's 1.8 million by December 18th. And that's our growth projection. We are targeting Dar es Salaam for now, for the 500 users, and then we'll expand to Tanzania in the year 2 and the 3rd year, eventually to the whole of East Africa and Southern Africa. So we are asking for $250,000 to beef up our investment for the next 2 years of operations, for marketing, for furthermore research and development, because we understand markets differ across Africa. and also for scaling up out to Eastern and Southern Africa. So this is our team. I have a background in information systems and development, and also that's Maria Teresa. She's a communication lead and understands finances. That's Dale Gracious. He has a master's from the UK of finances, and that's Nsajigo, who handles our accounting. So it's a very small team, but with diverse skills. And this is why you need to work with Kokote. Thank you.
Wow. You know, you still have more time, man. He has 1 minute and 30 seconds. This guy kept on pointing out the laptop.
I can use it to encourage you guys to download our application.
Are you okay? You're done? You're good?
Yes, we are. Just follow us on Twitter and download the application. I insist.
You still have 1 minute and 15 seconds. So I think I should give out the extra minute to the judges because they need to talk more. So judges, I'm going to add 1 more minute to you guys. 3 minutes that you deserve and 1 minute that he left. So 4 minutes for the judges. Dekanne from a judge.
Okay. I just want to ask on the financial thing. You said you won 250,000. So what have you valued your company at?
Can I go back? Yeah, so that's a very interesting question that we also had. So our valuation really was based on the skills that the team possesses, and also the amount of time that it took for us to research the product and to basically develop it. But then also we did some financial projections on our own, but then also we worked with the investor to do financial projections to see where we will stand in the next 2 years of operation. That's how we valued our company.
I have 2 questions.
Yes.
The first is, you have a super low acquisition cost, like was
0.18
20 cents or something?
Yeah.
Right. So it's an acquisition cost for what? For people who download the app? Because that's a useless number. Mm-hmm. So how do you, if you have 1 million users in your app, but only like 5 who are using it, you see what I mean? So it's an acquisition cost for what? And second, again, an advice. Sorry, but I coach pitches for living for too long now. You should tell way earlier what you actually do. Because I started by saying, oh, this is a buyer and sellers of houses app. And I actually asked my colleague, and he said, oh, no, I didn't understand well. And then you probably know him, and he said, no, it's actually for tenants, so you're managing rentals stuff. Yeah. Have you ever mentioned the word rental in the whole presentation?
No.
Okay,
yeah.
That's all I'm saying. You see what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So now don't assume that, that you're, especially when you're talking to VCs, that we know already just because you are a rising star of the startup ecosystem, So you need to tell us clearly in the first 2 minutes what you do.
Thank you so much for that feedback.
You're welcome.
I was hoping we'd have dinner later to explain more. But for the first question, the 0.18 USD is the cost of acquisition for the 500,000 paying users. So that's what we estimated. And we derived how do you say that word again? Derived this number from the research that we were doing with people. So we had people testing our application, and we would ask them questions that, what do they want to do with the application? So we did the numbers and figure out that we need to spend that amount of money to acquire these users. And then these users will use our application at least twice in a year, and we only charge $1. So out of that, we'll get at least $2 from each user as they come to our application. Yeah. And I'll work on your feedback. Thank you so much.
1 more minute left for the judges.
I think I still have a little bit of a problem on how do you arrive at the cost of at the value of the company. Mm-hmm. It's still, I don't see that value at $250,000. Mm-hmm. I'll probably imagine that that's a little bit overvalued. And basically, if you want to drive that value, just for advice, you probably want to derive it so that whoever is pitching for you can understand exactly how that company is valued now and how it's going to probably be valued in the next couple of years.
Sure.
But again, on the advice, I don't know when those numbers were quantified. The real estate market has been going down. So I'm just trying to see why should the people that you acquire come straight to you when that market is going down, and why should the agents come to you?
Yeah, the market is going down for the high end, and we are targeting people who are paying 100,000 a month, USD a month and less. So the high end, yes, is falling, but for the low end, it's actually booming, because these people who are not going to these houses, they are looking for cheaper houses, and that's where we want to tap in. Yeah.
And we are done on this part. Hopefully you got your feedback, right? If there are any more other questions, you can talk after the talk. So this was Ngw'inula Kingamkono from Kokote app.